For those of you who are watching on YouTube, you're going to notice I'm a little bit more casual this week. I got my t-shirt on, got my hair thrown up in a messy bun. And our conversation this week is going to be a little bit like how I'm dressed. It's going to be pretty candid. We're going to talk about time wasters in your Teachers Pay Teachers business. 5 ways that you are wasting your time running your Teachers Pay Teachers business that you may not even realize. These are 5 things that you may think you're supposed to be doing, or 5 things you may think are going to work for you eventually, but they're probably not, or at least they're not going to yield a large enough return on your investment in order to make it worth these things being a part of your business on a regular and routine basis. So let's talk about number 1. I think for the vast majority of new sellers on Teachers Pay Teachers, or even some who have been doing this for a while, is going to be pinning pins on Pinterest. And let me tell you why. I hear Teachers Pay Teachers sellers saying all the time, well, I just go ahead and every time I make a product, I just go ahead and throw up a couple of quick pins. It's not really bringing me a lot of traffic. It's not really bringing me a lot of sales, but I've just always done it. And so I'm doing it for the few sales that it does bring in. And here's what I'm going to tell you. If you are taking the time to create a piece of content that is going to advertise for you or work as an advertisement for you, and that time is not bringing you a return on your investment, like I'm creating pins on Pinterest and I'm putting them on Pinterest, or I'm taking the time to pin pins in Tailwind or whatever, and I'm not seeing money consistently come into my TPT account, and I'm not talking about $5 or $10 a month. I'm talking about hundreds of dollars. If I'm not seeing money come into my TPT business from pinning pins on Pinterest, why am I still doing it? Because it does take time. Those things do take time. I know it feels like it's just a few minutes here and a few minutes there, but the reality is those things add up. And taking the time to create the pins, pin them, create your tracking links, and all of that, it all adds up to a lot of time wasted if you're not actually getting results. And so here's the other piece of that. Pinterest can work. It really can work. It is working for a lot of people. Not the majority of people, but it is working for some people still. And so I'm not saying nobody should ever do Pinterest ever. What I'm saying is if you're doing Pinterest and it's not working for you, and I mean legitimately working for you, it's not bringing in a significant amount of money for you, then just stop doing it and replace it with something else that might bring you more money. Maybe you spend a little bit more time writing out your emails and taking that time to really focus on honing in your messaging so that you are speaking directly to your ideal customer and you are clearly communicating how your product is going to meet their needs. Or maybe you're creating custom graphics to go inside of your email list to make your products look more appealing. That could be a better use of your time rather than doing the habitual pinning on Pinterest or feeling like you have to, or feeling like you're obligated to go ahead and make those pins because it's something you've always done. And who knows, maybe one of these days it might actually take off. And I get it, a little bit can add up to a lot over time, but the same is true in other areas. If I have a little bit of extra time and Instagram is giving me a greater conversion rate than Pinterest is, I'm going to spend that little bit of time on Instagram. If I have a little bit of extra time and my email is converting better than Pinterest, then I'm going to spend more time on email or product creation or something else that's bringing me a better return on my investment. So let's talk about the number 2 time waster. The number 2 time waster on my list is going to be working on multiple product lines simultaneously. That means I do a little bit of working on these centers over here, and then I do a little bit of working on this classroom decor set over here, and then I do a little bit of working on this product line of task cards over here. And what happens is I'm not allowing my brain to fully focus on the task at hand. And I'm not even talking about switching tasks throughout the period of a day. I'm talking about maybe I do one set of task cards, and then the next week I do one set of notes, and then the next week I do one set of partner activities. Don't do it. When you start a product line, finish it all the way through before moving on to the next product line. Now, there are some small exceptions to this rule, but by and large, you are going to get the greatest return on your time investment if you are starting one project and seeing it all the way through. And you may say, why? The reason is very, very simple. If I'm working on a set of task cards, I can create all the task cards for all the topics. And then I can add all of my links to those task cards and batch out adding the links. So I'm just copying and pasting the same link into every single set. Or maybe I am creating all of the QR codes. I can do all of that at once. And then maybe after that, I've got my cover and preview template. And so I'm just having to drag and drop the images that I need for each one of those straight over into my template and do that over and over and over again. This allows me to focus on one task in that set at a time. So I can create task cards, then create all the covers, then create all the previews. The other thing that it does, and this is really important, is that when I upload multiple products of the same product type, it makes it a lot easier for me to tell my audience about that. So instead of emailing my email list or sending out a note to followers or advertising on Instagram one week and going, oh, guess what, guys? Here's what's new this week. I have a new task card, I have a new set of classroom decor, and I have a new partner activity. I can spend time telling them all about my brand new set of partner activities, and I have them for multiple different topics. You're not teaching solving equations right now? That's fine. I've also got order of operations. You're not teaching order of operations right now? That's cool because I also released Pythagorean theorem. So if you're interested in my task cards, because I've spent time only working on task cards this week, I have multiple different task card topics to offer you. And so it makes it easier for my marketing to be very pointed and to be very focused on how that specific set of resources can help my buyer inside of their classroom that week. Okay. The number 3 time waster is being involved in engagement pods. Now, listen, you guys, I have been part of engagement pods before. They are not all bad. And I know that engagement pods get a lot of hate. And so I'm not here to add to the hate. I'm just here to be really real with you. The amount of time that you spend being obligated to go like, comment, interact with, save other people's posts, especially if those people's posts are not inside of your niche, that is time that you could be spending doing something else. That's time that you could be spending making higher quality content that would actually appeal to your audience so that you didn't have to have fake engagement. Okay. Now, I'm saying that as someone who has been a part of an engagement pod before. I've even started engagement pods before. And so I'm definitely not trying to be hypocritical here. I'm just being real with you. I'm just telling you there are better ways to spend your time than having to go interact with people's posts. And there's better ways to get engagement than having people who are obligated to like your content interact with your content. Okay. The number 4 time waster, and this is also an Instagram related one, but it's taking part in giveaways to grow your audience. I've also done this one. Now, it doesn't mean that all giveaways are bad or that there's never a time or place for it, but this is particularly when it comes to partnering with people outside of your niche to help you grow your audience. So there are a lot of these, and I get one almost every week. Somebody from one of these giveaway groups is reaching out to me asking me if I want to be a part of it. I do not do these anymore, and for really good reason. So the way that this works, if you don't know what I'm talking about, is basically that an organizer for one of these events, they'll charge you $20, $30, $40, and sometimes even more than that, dollars to give away a prize, usually geared towards teachers if you're in the teacherpreneur world. And so this prize may be something really small like classroom decor, a Yeti or something like that. It may be an iPad or a MacBook Pro. It may be a really big prize, but everybody is pitching in for this prize. And then in order to be entered to win the prize, the teachers have to go follow everybody who basically contributed money towards that prize. And here's the problem with that. And you probably already know what the issue is, even if you're doing it, is that the people that you're getting are not following you because they're actually interested in you. They have no clue who you are, nor do they care. I mean, you might actually acquire a few true followers by the time it's all said and done. A few of them may convert over and be interested in your content, but overall, you're probably really damaging your engagement rates on social media by participating in these events, because what happens is it tells Instagram when all these people start following you, it tells them like, oh, wow, this person's really popular. And so they kind of start to watch. The algorithm starts to watch. Are all of these new followers actually engaging with their content? And they learn very quickly, no, they're not. All of these new people that they acquired are not actually interacting, engaged with, or interested in the content that they're putting out. And whenever that happens, Instagram is like, Lauren must be putting out bad content, because even the people that have Lauren fresh on their brain, they're not even interested in engaging with her content. And so they start to show it to fewer and fewer people. And so these things can really, really damage you. But not only that, it's a waste of time. When you're involved in these types of things, and if you really think about it and you've done one of these before, then you know what I'm talking about. You usually have to spend a lot of time liking everybody's posts, engaging with everybody's posts during the giveaway. And it is a major time waster. It's also a major money waster. And the only thing that it does in the end is it gives you a vanity number on Instagram. And vanity numbers do not make you money. So that is our number 4 time waster. The number 5 time waster is this right here, this guy. And oh, that cute girl, she's not a time waster. But your cell phone is potentially the biggest time waster inside of your business. If you really want to get things done for your business, and if you want to start taking your business seriously, this thing needs to go off whenever you're working. This thing needs to go off probably when you're around your family too. And I am very guilty at this. There's that instant gratification that comes with checking notifications and even just clearing things off. If you're a task-oriented person, meaning like you like to check the little boxes off the list, then sometimes just getting rid of your notifications can give you a little bit of a dopamine rush, right? But it's not actually accomplishing anything for you or for your business. And so if you find yourself frequently checking to see, do I have a new notification? Is there anything going on over here? Just put the phone away, stick it in a drawer, don't even look at it. I'm working on this more myself this month to try to make sure that when I'm sitting down and working, this cell phone is not around me, because I end up having tasks that are interrupted. Even if it's somebody who's contacting me about something really important and they have a serious question, I'm not able to finish or focus on the task that I have in front of me because I get interrupted with something. And by the time I've answered all of the little things, the task that should have taken me 5 minutes has now extended out to 50 minutes, and I have wasted so much time. All right, so quick recap. 5 of the biggest time wasters in your Teachers Pay Teachers business. Number 1, pinning pins on Pinterest. If you're not seeing revenue coming in from Pinterest, stop pinning the pins. You are not obligated to pin your pins on Pinterest. Number 2 time waster was not starting one product line and working it through to completion, but hopping around from one project to the next. And then the number 3 time waster is engagement pods on social media. Number 4, participating in giveaways to boost your following, or this could also be spending time leaving reviews for other teacher entrepreneurs or following other TPT stores. That kind of all lumps in together. And then finally, number 5, your cell phone. Put the thing down. All right. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today. I would love to hear from you. Come join the conversation inside of our Facebook group and come tell us what your biggest time waster is in your TPT business. You can join that conversation inside of the Facebook group or drop a comment below inside of this video. As always, if you want to learn more and grow more, you can find me inside of Rebranded Teacher Academy. This month inside of RTA, we are working on updating older resources, and we're talking about how to optimize your covers, your previews, search engine optimization. We are deep diving into that inside of RTA. You should come and join us. It's $24 a month and there's no commitment. So just come on, join us, have a good old time. You'll get access to all of my content and courses inside of Rebranded Teacher Academy, and we would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. I put out weekly videos for teacher entrepreneurs on things like how to be a full-time Teachers Pay Teachers seller, or how I quit my teaching job, or how I started out earning my teaching salary on Teachers Pay Teachers several years ago. And you can find more videos like that on my channel. All right, I'll see you in the next video.